Everybody, and welcome. Woohoo! Hex Token channel, and it's a bit of luck, really, but the XEN launch on Polygon is about to open, so we're going to talk about that. That is counting down. We're going to get into it. Let's actually jump over to Polygon on the network there. Bam! 12 minutes to go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Now remember, XEN here is already launched its mint on Ethereum, already launched its mint on BSC. BSC is actually closing. The first day is coming up. And of course, it may actually have been ended already. Let's have a quick look at BSC. We've got 12 minutes to go for Polygon, the third network launched by Jack Levin there, the founder. Now, obviously, for me, this is just a bit of a fun, a bit of a punt. And of course, we're all aware of the hyperinflation at the beginning and all the way through to 8 years, that sort of stuff. And all that stuff, the high gas fees, all that stuff. We've known that from the beginning. But this is kind of, it's a bit of fun, bit of a punt. It has had a pretty powerful network effect, but of course that's going to slow down too. So we're going to watch this experiment, as we call it, over time. It's going to be pretty interesting to see that play out. At the moment, of course, on the BSC scan there, we'll just come up to the day has finished. Looks like we hit around about 2 million on the global rank in the first day. That's pretty cool with a max term of 413 days. Now, the max term is pretty interesting because it was hard to tell from the chart and the white paper exactly what days that would end up on. And of course, it is continuing to go up there on that log scale multiplied by the C rank there. So we're up to 413 days on the BSC. AMP is at 2999, which means 1 day's gone past. Remember, that goes down by 1 day every day for 8 years. The EAA there is down at 8%. Wow, that's dramatic, right? 2 percentage points. The early amplifier there is down for the early adopters, down from 10% to 8% already in 1 day. Is that crazy stuff? So pretty cheap to do that on BSC, of course. Yeah, pretty cool. Now, the total supply, 5,580,000,000. And of course, the liquid supply, this is the same. Only 7 active stakes at the moment. Obviously, day one just ticked over 319,000 in there at the moment. I'm sure there's a price, probably a price going to be set up soon. Make sure that you're always using the right contracts for the trading price. We're likely to see that on PancakeSwap. I actually haven't brought that up, but we'll probably look at that maybe a bit later if there's something there on Deck Screener. That is BSC, and obviously let's jump over to Ethereum. Have a look at the numbers on Ethereum. And of course, a big welcome from me, everybody. Get in there. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the likes. If you want to get into Discord, learn more about all these projects, including everything that's coming over to Pulsechain. Richard Hart, the founder, is forking Pulsechain, so definitely check that out. We've got lots of great mods. If you're new to crypto, you want to learn a lot about Pulsechain, it is going to be the big layer 1 chain, huge ecosystem being built on top. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And of course, check out hex.com as well. The links are all in the video description. Get into our Discord, man. It's going to be so good, and learn. We're going to be talking about a lot of cool stuff. Now, I'm also going to be talking about some of my probable projects later on. So the first half of the live stream is going to be around the XEN launch on Polygon. The second half is going to be around the Hex and Pulsechain ecosystem. And then we're going to come back to XEN. So I hope you guys enjoy that. The global rank on Ethereum, 781,343. Active minters there, 601,000. Total supply now is up to 12 billion, with the majority of it, 11.6 billion liquid. Remember that. There's a lot of liquid XEN around relative to the market price. Staked at the moment, 1,106 active stakes, with 454 million is actually staked. So remember that. A lot of liquid running around. Now, some of it may stay in its wallets for a little while, but of course, that's a lot more around there. So you need more buyers and sellers. Maybe we'll get a few little opportunities coming up after the first few days. So we're going to be watching that with the old price chart. The max term there, 393 days. The AMP is now down 4 days to 2,996. And of course, the EAA there at 9.3%. So lagging behind the BSC, but that's because Ethereum is more expensive. But the gas costs are coming down at the moment. The GWEI is dropped down to 15 to 16. Remember, we were way up in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s over the weekend and into today. The gas prices definitely dropped down. As we all know, that going longer, you get way more XEN, and of course, a cheaper gas price is a much better play for you because people will be playing that kind of a price floor with the gas price relative to the volumes. So a lower gas price means you're going to get that for a much better, possibly short-term profitability if you're playing the short game. Now, the XEN price at the moment, woohoo, it has found a bit of a, this is on the 4-hourly chart here, so that's not the daily chart, the 4-hourly. Obviously, we came all the way down to 1.5 cents, all the way down to 0.00153. That's where we are at the moment. We have had a bit of reprieve over the last, 16 hours. and this is where we are at this stage. Now, whether it continues to keep falling will just depend on all that volume there being able to sell out. So that's really quick wrap up of the ETH and BSC. Now, obviously, we're about to launch on Polygon. So very, very cool. Here we are, 7 minutes to go. Looking good there. Now, Jack obviously announced this 2 hours ago, countdown to Polygon Matic there. So that was out and about. And, of course, that's about to launch there. Let's scroll up here, and I think that's it. Let's have a see if there's anything else since that update. Let's have a look here. No, that was pretty much it. There's something else here. Hexagon's there. There's a new one there in Telegram group. And top Telegram groups is the Hexagon group there. So cool. And that's pretty much it. So that's cool. Let's jump over to his YouTube and see whether we've got anything on the charts. Sometimes he might actually play the global one there. We'll keep refreshing that to see whether anything else comes out from that at the moment. But of course, at the moment, we're counting down 6 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Now, how do you get set up? Polygon scan. Now, here's Polygon scan. I've left the links in the video description in the chat there. So you got Polygon scan. You have to go to the bottom right. You have to click add Polygon network to your MetaMask if you're using MetaMask. That will add the network, and you can just do it. And then what you can do then is all you have to do is go to your wallet. And of course, I'll show you this quickly. No, not that one. Let me draw it again. So number one, add the network. So that's on Polygon scan there. Down to the right there, it'll do it automatically for you. You don't need to type stuff in, and you just have to accept it as a new chain. And of course, the links in the video description. In the chat there. What else am I doing here? I'm trying to open up my wallet, and taking a little long time to do that. Let us go over here, and of course, download the network at the bottom right of Polygon scan. And of course, you'll be able to swap between the networks Ethereum. You'll be able to swap to a Binance Smart Chain, and of course, you'll be able to swap over to where's the Polygon gone? Polygon mainnet, and of course, you will be on that site. So very, very cool. That's how easy it is. Now, to get some Polygon Matic, if you want to, put a little bit above a punt in this. Obviously, for me, there's just a punt, but a bit of entertainment. I like the network effect. We'll see how far that goes. It's not for me. It's not a serious, hardcore investment. For some of you, you may perceive it that way, but for me, obviously, hyperinflation. We'll talk about this for a long time. You have to play out a long game on this one. People are playing a short game, trying to get profitable little trades, but that's hasn't been that profitable for a lot of people. So just take that into account. All right, so let's jump over to here. So swap space. This is also in the chat, and of course, you can just pick up the token. You can swap cross-chain and tokens, but you must select the right token. You can send it to your same address that you're sending it from. It will go to that address, and you just have to switch to Polygon from Ethereum or whatever. So let's say that you're sending stuff from Ethereum. Let's go to Ethereum here. So this is the Ethereum token, Ethereum coin on the Ethereum blockchain. Let's say you want to get some Matic. You can go to Matic, and of course, you have to just type in Matic here. I've got to type it right though, Matic. And it will bring up all these different coins of Matic on different chains. Now, this is where people can get confused if you're new to crypto. Okay, so what you want to choose is you want to choose Matic Polygon ERC20 there. So that's on Polygon. See that? You don't want to choose a Matic Polygon. That's ERC20 on Ethereum. Don't choose that because you're not going to Ethereum. You want to send some to your Polygon network. Select a Polygon there. Away you go. Now, you decide how much you're going to put. If you're going to do $20, $100, whatever you're deciding. Remember, it's very cheap on Polygons like Ethereum. So maybe you're only going to do a couple of dollars. I don't know. It's up to you. Now, the minimum here, I think, is about $10. So you need to do about $10. Obviously, if you want to send from, you can, work out what $10 is in gas there. I think it's about $10 minimum. Now, if you wanted to send it from BNB, from the Binance Smart Chain, maybe you've got a bit of BNB left from the Binance Smart Chain, maybe you got $10. You will need about $10 there for that. I think that's about 0.4, somewhere like that. So that will give you 13.47 Matic. But I think there is a minimum there. So let's try 3 here, see what the minimum is. Let's have a look here. View. So view there, 0.037 minimum on the BNB. So it's about $10 that you need to do that. Now, you won't need a lot, obviously, on Matic. You will have to probably have slightly higher gas fees, Gwei, because, the chain's about to be tested, right? It's about to be tested. So that's pretty much it. And obviously, then all you have to do is switch back to the website after you've got some Matic in your added the network. You've got some Matic. You can switch back, and of course, you just have to select Polygon, and you'll be able to go to the mint page and get ready to mint. That's pretty much it. it's going to be really relatively cheap. But of course, we're expecting the chain to get really smashed with all the transactions that are going to go through, just like we're seeing on BSC. So you might have to have slightly higher gas to go in there when you do your MetaMask, for example. So that's a bit of a run up. Let's get into some of the comments here in the chat. We've got a lot of people. With 2 minutes to go, man. 2 minutes to go. I've had to speed all that information because there's lots to talk about. So just the way it goes. Brian's in the house. Good to see Brian, Pac-Man as well. Woo-hoo-hoo. And CI says 1 hour to put XEN on Polygon. Obviously, that comment's a little old there. How do we mint? Good to see a CI, by the way. How do we mint on Polygon? I just showed you how to do that. BTC, I haven't minted on Polygon, but I've showed you how to set it up for that. And, of course, select Polygon at the top right. You can select Ethereum, BSC, or Polygon. It will just swap over, and then it will prompt your wallet to swap over to the chain as well, so that you can connect to that. Let's have our else. There's the website. So that is the XEN network. What else we got there? That is the swap space to get cross-chain tokens, and I've showed you how to carefully select the right token. It's Matic, but it's Polygon Matic. So just remember that it's not Ethereum Matic or anything else. Check my Evening Superman says check my pulse. Good to see you. That's Sammy in the house. What else there? We're going to jump through quite a few of these comments. Rango's in the house. Say hello, you. Good to see you, Christian, as well. Banner Boy says great show. Let's go. How are we all today? I think pretty good. Briz is in the house as well. Coming up to 1 minute, folks, on the launch. Woohoo! XEN and Hex and XEN roll. Nice one there, Shane. And of course, a peace and love. Peace and love. I like one, Shane. Brett's in as well, ready for the Polygon DOS attack. Yeah, that's true, Brett. That's true. Now, if you're not familiar with the history of Polygon, it has a very big ecosystem. It does a couple million transactions a day. And of course, back in the beginning when it had one-way transaction costs, it got attacked by bots. And it was, instead of doing about 4 million transactions a day, it was doing like 6.5 million. They had to change it to 30 Gwei to try and prevent those bots easily spamming the chain. Once they did that, it dropped back down to about 4.5 million. I think now it's around about 2.5 million on the old chain there. So cool. We're down to 23 seconds, folks. Woo-hoo-hoo! We're getting there, folks. We're getting there. So that's cool. I'm just going to quickly refresh this. No update here on Jack's channel. Here we are. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Boom. XEN time. It's XEN time. So we'll probably have to wait a minute now, but there's probably going to be some bots front running this thing, just like we saw in BSC. The first like 20 transactions were front run. We'll see what happens on this chain. Maybe MEXC's going to be putting a bot on here too. I wouldn't be surprised, and just botting that up. So just expect that's part of the what's happening with this particular chain. I do wish they had a capture on this. Would have been, I think it made a much better project with the capture to help prevent the bots so that real humans are hitting it. But hey, that's what it's done here. We just have to play with it. I'm going to refresh this page. We're on the mint page here on XEN.network. And of course, like I say, if you want to add the Polygon network, go to Polygon scan. The link's in the chat. Add the Polygon. And of course, if you want to get some cross-chain Matic, make sure that you choose Matic Polygon, and you can send it from other chains, BNB chain, ETH chain, to get that. Let's refresh here. Now, I'm not going to be minting anything on this chain, on this particular wallet, because I haven't got any Matic in it. But you can do that yourself. That's pretty much it. That's pretty easy, right? So we're just refreshing this, waiting for the browser. Nothing on the chain here. Waiting for that as well. Let's go to Jack's website, Twitter, sorry, and check that. Nothing here yet. We're waiting for that. Pretty cool. Let's refresh again. Let me know in the chat there if you have been able to mint. We are just trying to do it live here. Man. Let's go. We're currently, it's already officially launched on it. So let's see when the contract gets pushed up. Broke today, says Mr. Profit. Well, it's pretty cheap on BSC and Polygon to actually mint. So that's probably not the issue. It does, obviously, with all the transactions, it can get lagged. I mean, we tried to get it in the top 500 yesterday for BSC, ended up getting 496,000. So that was after 3 failed transactions. So you want to put the gas up there if you want to get yourself, that early C rank. But like I say, it's better to get longer, particularly on these cheap chains, to get longer is typically the best thing to do. So just the way it goes. Just refreshing there. All right, so he must have a pretty powerful server to make sure the website doesn't go down. Dave Donan says hi from Bali, still holidaying, but not missing Hex Token. Hey, but not missing Hex Token. That's terrible, Dave. That's terrible. I think hopefully you meant you are missing Hex Token channel. Let's go. All right, so I'm just refreshing. No update yet. So waiting for the mint page to show up. Barna Boy says XEN, yeah, woohoo. Now, what happens is that when the contract goes actually gets deployed, we should see the contract address down the bottom. So if you switch between the networks, you'll see the contract for Zen down the bottom. Make sure if you're going to look for a trading pair on a BSC network, which has probably gone live now, make sure you use the official one. We're going to look for that afterwards, but make sure that you use the official chain, because there will be the scam trading pairs out there, scam Zens as well. What else there? Let's jump through some of this. We've got Zev in the house as well. Good to see Barna Boy and Zen. What else there? Elvis is in the house. I heard BNB Pot are going to be providing utility for Zen token by creating a roulette table where people can gamble their Zen tokens. Nice. That maybe that's true. I haven't heard of it, Elvis, but hey, we may never know. We may be having something special coming up on this channel. So keep looking up. BNB Pot is one of my is the spotlight project at the moment on my channel. All right, so I'm refreshing. Nothing yet. Nothing showing up yet. What else there? We've got quite a few people in the house. Kung Fu Tech. Good to see Kung Fu Tech. Ready for Polygon. I'm pumped for a minting marathon, says James. You've been crazy, James. You crazy. What else there? Brendan says, howdy, Superman. Good to see you. Mr. Unknown says, Polygon is rubbish, to be honest. ETH is the only one that will hold value. I agree with that. BSC was enough for cheap fees. I agree with that on the Unknown. Like I say, it's a bit of a punt and a bit of an experiment. So we're already well aware of all the tokenomic issues with massive inflation. And, of course, it will taper off towards the 8th year when it gets down to maybe 1 or 2%. But it's going to be pretty heavy at the beginning. What else there? Need to save to buy more Hex and Hedron on Ethereum. Absolutely, Christian. Hedron and Hex are definitely accumulation phases. Ruth, actually, Hedron's going to be a really good short play in particular. What else there? Shane, Ruthless Dave, morning all. Yeah, good to see you, Shano. And SK is in the house as well. Good to see you. Ocean Breeze, hey, everybody. 32 standard Gwei on Polygon. Yep. Thanks for that. And BNB Pot will Flaze that's on fire. Hey, Mr. Unknown, BNB Pot, I think is going to really be incredible. If you guys haven't checked out my video on BNB Pot on the gamification, it is probably the best I've seen, man. It is crazy good. Crypto File says, hey, guys, another day, another launch. Yeah, that's right. BNB Pot, only 1 million tokens. That's true, Mr. Unknown. You got it. You know your stuff. And, of course, 63% of it's staked. We'll be talking about BNB Pot in the second half of the live stream. Stay tuned for that. Tintop says 500 Gwei for Rapid, says Tintop. Okay, cool. Thanks for the insights there. 47 Gwei starting to rise. And we're live. Let's do it. Boom. Here we go. Here we go, folks. Mint. There we go. It's up and running. I don't have any Polygon in here, any Matic in this wallet, so I won't be doing any minting. Not like yesterday I did a BSC mint. I won't be doing any minting on this one. So we're up to 3,595. So start minting away there. But once again, it's pretty cheap on Polygon. So you don't have to spend too much to get yourself quite a few stakes, quite a few mints, sorry. So, yeah, here we are. We're starting off with a 100-day mint term up to 5,000. Let's do a refresh. We're probably climbing to 5,000 already. We couldn't even see this on BSC scan. It just happened so fast. It went over 5,000. Jargon Wolf, and we're live. That's pretty cool. Are you working for Matty Allen? And we're live. We're live. All right, so cool. Jargon says, I'm press secretary. That's pretty much it. All right, so cool. Nice comment there. And who else there? Should I stake my BNB tokens? Well, yeah, Mr. Unknown, you decide what you're going to do. But obviously, if you want to share the profits, then that's the way to go. You could do a split strategy as well, split and liquid, stake and liquid. So it's up to you there, Mr. Unknown. I really don't like to, make comments on what people should or not, do as opposed to what they can decide. The gamification is pretty amazing though. AMP 3,000, EAA 10%. Remember the EAA goes down 0.1% every 100,000 wallets. We're almost up to 5,000. Wow. This is definitely slower than BSC, and probably because I think Polygon's actually in some regards a better chain. All right, so we're going from 100 days to 293 there as well. So 100 days to 293. Now, we did have some charts on here, so this is looking pretty good. What else should I be talking about? Should I be talking about YouTube? Let's see if Jack's streaming on YouTube with this as well. Let's just have a look here. And don't forget, get into our Discord as well. If you want to find out more and have supportive community, get into our Discord. You can learn more about Pulsechain, which is going to be the biggest thing. If you're after those big X returns, it's going to be absolutely massive. So check out Pulsechain in our chat. The link to Discord is in the link below. We're pretty open-minded on this channel. And of course, if you want to get into the best cryptos, then this channel is the place to be. Obviously, Pulsechain's coming. It's going to be the biggest thing, man. It's a massive ecosystem. And of course, you can learn more about some of the best savings products like Hex and things like that. Get in there. And we've got awesome communities. So links in the video description. And so, yeah, join us. We're absolutely having a good blast lately. Really growing fast there. Tindot says 510 standard Gwei. 7,700 says Briz. Yep, let's refresh and see. We moved from 5,000. We've got a longer mint term now, so that means you're going to get way more Zen by maxing. Oh, we're up to 301 days, so sweet. So it's really starting to get good. I like to do either side of 300 or 100. So you do 98 days or you do 298 days. You want to front run the bulk of people that might not just mint for 300. But of course, longer pays better here. You're going to be minting for a longer period of time. Remember that the staking APY 20% goes down every 90 days. So if you want to stake for 20%, I don't see why you'd probably do that. You just get in the mint and let all the wallets come in after you. Then that goes down by 1% every 90 days over about 1,650 days or something like that. So that's cool. Now, when you do mint, of course, make sure that you claim. If you don't claim on time, you get a pretty stiff penalty. If you are 1 day late, you get a 1%, 2 days, 3%, 3 days late on claiming your mint, then 8%, and of course 17 on 4 days, 35% after 5 days, 72% after 6 days, and 100% after 7 days, 1 week. You will lose all your mints. So remember to diarize your minting times. If you're doing 100 days, just put that date in the future. If you don't know what the date is, just type into Google 100 days from now, and then you can put in the date into your calendar, depending on how many wallets you've done. If you're doing heaps of wallets, do a spreadsheet, right? Do a spreadsheet and keep track of all your chains, all your mints on every chain. That's pretty much it. All right, cool. What else? Elias Beneath in the house there. Hello, all. Hex, EHEX, PLS, and PLS for the win. That is right. That is the maxi strategy on this channel, and it is going to be absolutely lit. Mr. Unknown says, bro, do you have a Telegram? No, I don't have a Telegram, Mr. Unknown. We're on Discord, and I'm not actually on Telegram at the moment. I used to be, but we're on Discord, so the link's in the video description. It's much better for the community on Discord. We have moderators that keep it very safe. We have great information. We got useful links for everything here, Pulsechain, everything, and we've got useful links here for new tokens like Zen. And of course, I've got a full rundown here of all the links to Zen. You've got all the official links for the trading pairs for Zen on BSC and ETH. The official links as well with all the calculators, white paper, Jack Levin, everything like that. It's all here. I've done tutorials on how to mint on the ETH chain and a couple of notes there. So everything is there. Join our Discord. We welcome you aboard. We're growing pretty strong here, heading towards 850 members. And we've had it's just getting better and better and better. And we've got such cool moderators and community leaders that help you with the things that you need to get done in terms of onboarding a crypto. So if you're really new to crypto, definitely join our Discord. It really is cool. And we're pretty open-minded. We're not going to go around, overly bashing things or pumping things up too much either. We try to keep things real. Try to keep things real on this channel. Briz says, don't front run my 85 day. Go for 100, says Briz. That's funny, man. I don't like Zen because it feels too much like work, says Fat Sammy. There is a bit of work. I agree with you, Fat Sammy. It's a bit of work. But like I say, you need a spreadsheet. It's a bit of work if you're going to do 100. If you're going to do 100, then it's going to be a bit of work. If you're doing like maybe 10, then it's not too bad. But yeah, you can actually, so within a wallet, you have a wallet with its own seed phrase. Within that, you can actually open up many accounts. And those accounts are basically addresses, wallet addresses. So we've got to be careful with the language, but a wallet has a create button. You can create as many accounts as you want in that. So that's pretty much how you do it. You just go up to the circle here and do that like that. So it's pretty easy. You can create account. That's pretty easy to do. All right, cool. Let's do another refresh here. This is definitely slower than a BSC. A lot of people maybe not know how to get onto Polygon. Maybe people didn't realize that Polygon was launching. This is lucky for people minting on Polygon right now because you've been able to get a pretty high C rank. That's more of a kudos thing. Obviously, the longer is better. If you're going to do the short play, well, it doesn't have quite the same thing as Ethereum because Ethereum has higher gas fees. So people are probably going to value that up way higher. And of course, ETH is the main chain, really still dominating there. But Pulsechain is coming, folks. Pulsechain is coming, and the fundamentals are out of this planet. We're going to have a whole ecosystem, and of course, going to be forking Pulsechain. But we'll talk more about that in the second half of the live stream. It's going to be pretty cool. Now, let's make sure that I'm up to date with these things. Zev says, do I just wait? No, go for gold now. You can mint now, Zev. And the links are all in the chat there earlier on. I posted. So definitely going good. Hey, welcome everybody. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. And of course, get into our Discord, links in the video description. And of course, I think we had someone come in here. Who was that? Someone channel membered up 6 months. Who was that up earlier here? Lies Beneath, member for 6 months. Hex Token for the win. I appreciate that, Lies. Woohoo! Bow down there from Superman. And of course, welcome, man. 6 months of support, Lies Beneath. I really do appreciate it. Now, if you want to support the channel like Lies has, then hit the join button. We've got Pulsechains, Hexagons, and the Richard Hart Club. This whole ecosystem is going to blow up when Pulsechain launches, and you can be a part of it. So get involved. And if you want to keep up with the latest information, get into our Discord. Really is a big deal. Blobfish King says, my mint is just hanging. Probably is. If your Gwei wasn't high enough, you probably is. Probably just is chilling in there a bit. My mints are pending, says Zev. Let's go to the Polygon network. We're going to scroll up the top here, and let's have a look. It doesn't have a gas track on here. Oh, there it is. Let's have a look, see the gases. Oh, 700 Gwei. Man, oh, man, oh, man. Woo-hoo-hoo. All righty. It's really jumped, man. That's crazy stuff right there. Here's the Matic. This has got to be the Zen contract. There it is. Zen at the top again. Top of Polygon scan. Smashing it out, folks, on the old Polygon network. Look at that. 1,200 Matic at $957. 50% of the network in the last 5 minutes. Like a boss, folks. Well, that's some crazy stuff right there. Who's number two? Let's have a quick look. Number two. It doesn't necessarily say. I'm not sure who number two is there, but number one is the Polygon Matic. Now, you can actually see the contract at the bottom of the page. So that is the official contract, OX2ABO. And, of course, in the middle there, it's got FFF1. And then at the end, it's got DOOE. So typically in the past, we've been able to just read the beginning and the end of the contracts, but somehow people have been able to, I don't know, it seems weird that they've been able to do stuff around that. But just be careful with the contract address. And, of course, OX2A and DOOE there is the contract on the Polygon network. So cool. We can hit that, of course. It will take us to Polygon scan, and we can see a Zen crypto there. Very, very nice. And, of course, we can click on that button there. We can see there's no Zen minted at the moment. So that's pretty cool. We won't get that till 24 hours away. And away it goes. But the Gwei's gone through the roof, folks. The Gwei has gone through the roof. Insane in the membrane there. Look at that. So you're going to have to make sure your Gwei is pretty high because if you want to get in early. Because if you're doing 32 Gwei, you're going to be behind the queue there. Yeah, it may fail too, especially if you did it before 100. So expect that. All right, let's do a refresh. What else there? And congrats to the Lies, 6 month member, man. Awesome. I've joined your Discord. Can I message you directly on there? You'd be part of my team on a Pulsechain project if you're interested in that. Hey, Mr. Unknown, yeah, you can DM me on there. Obviously, I have to, review each project as it is because I like to do probable projects. So if I don't think it's a probable project, I probably won't cover it too much. But I'm happy to talk to you about your new project for sure. A crypto file says contract gas usage above 70%. Yeah, awesome. Brennan says Coffee's video asking people on the streets about crypto really shows how early we are, says Brennan. And Zev says, do I just wait and eventually it will go through? Possibly, Zev, possibly. It may fail too. What should I do if my transaction fails? You do another transaction, basically. Maybe lift your gas up is probably what you want to do. Then make the Gwei higher. And at the moment, we can see that the Gwei is through the roof at the moment, 850. Normally, you'd do a standard as 32. So, yeah, you might want to do definitely priority. Or it's got priority 37. So, yeah. Jack is saying that Polygon network is down, says Mr. No, is he? Let me have to refresh on that. Let's go back up here. Polygon is enthusiastic about Zen increasing gas costs 12x in 10 minutes after deployment. Look at that, 12x in the gas costs. That's what I mean. So you're gonna have to do a high gas fee at the moment. We're live on Polygon, so cool. That was 11 minutes ago from Jack. I think that's it. So yeah, he didn't say anything is down though. I don't see anything saying down. Let's review his YouTube, see if he's got. He hasn't got his website up, which is a shame. I liked it when he has his website up there. That's a shame. All right, let's do a refresh here. Man, much slower than BSC, which is kind of good, I think, in some ways. But yeah, 27,000. We were already up to what we were up to, about 500,000 or something. No, it was about 500,000 this time frame. The days are at 320 on the max term. The AMP is 3,000, and of course 10. This stuff here won't change much. This one here, EA, will change when this reaches 100,000. 16 minutes into the day, pretty cool. All right, so let's look at. Let us have a look back here. We're going to jump out of here. I will add the new Zen contract. I'll add that in new token links, and I'll add that below the BSC one here afterwards. So we'll definitely do that. Maybe I could add it now. Let's do it. Let's do it now. And away we go. Boom. All right, cool. We're going to have a look for a trading pair on a BSC. So let's stay tuned for that. Let's have a look for a trading pair on BAM. And I accidentally saved that, didn't I? All right, so that looks good. So you can get all the links there for the Zen under here. And of course, we're going to have a look for the trading pair. It's going to be pretty cool. Now, the other cool thing is that you get notifications about YouTube videos. So definitely check that out. That is going to be cool. And of course, latest Twitter as well on the Discord. Really is a great place. Useful links, information, good community, and of course, great moderators that help make it a safe place. Really is a good place to be. Let's do a refresh here. Hex Token does ETHW have a version of EtherScan? It does have its own block scan. And of course, good question. We've got that under useful links in the Discord. And of course, you can go to ETHPower, Ethereum. We've got the ETHFair network. We've got the ETHPower network as well. So if you had Hex stakes, you would got those forked over if you'd had them in time at the right block height there, particularly on the proof of stake. And of course, they have their own block explorers. So OKLink is the block explorer for ETHPower. That's right here. And of course, they have their own stats as well. ETHFair, of course, has its own block explorer, and that is explorer.ethfair.org. And so you can see that too as well. So very cool. So yeah, great if you want to join a great community yeah, to join. A lot of people are loving it. So it's really cool. All right, so cool. Let's jump back over to and see what the refresh is. I think we're starting to ramp up a little bit here, but the Gwei definitely jumped up a lot on the Gwei there. Look at that, 600 a Gwei there. Like I say, a 10, 12x increase. So you have to set your Gwei in your ticket. You have to edit your MetaMask ticket, for example, and put the Gwei up. That will cost you more, of course. But if you want to get that through fast, then that's probably the thing to do. Now, obviously, it's not the end of the world in the sense that the max term's going up. So it's not too bad either. Zen broke Polygon, says Zev. That's funny, man. Thanks, bro, says Mr. Unknown. Hey, you're welcome. SK says my transaction won't go through, says SK. It's probably because the Gwei's too low. It's probably the thing. You might have to edit your ticket and change the Gwei. If it says 32 or whatever, you might have to make it a bit faster. So, yeah, let me have a look. Yeah, you're going to have to do that. So I haven't actually got any Matic in here, so I can't show you a transaction on that regard. Second, a mint attempt through almost instantly, but it's 660 Gwei. Well done, CryptoFile. That's the right way to do that. All right, let's have a quick look on the chart here for ETH. ETH here, just got a little bit of a sell-off down to 001416. Going to be interesting here. It has managed to hold us the last 16 hours or so, 12 hours at this range. But I'm still expecting it to fall a little bit more. It will have periods where it cools off because of relative minting going on. Claiming going on and the supply increasing, but that's probably it. Let's have a quick look and see whether we can find the BSC. We're going to jump over to BSC here. Let's do that, and we're going to switch over for a second. We're going to copy, well, we can hit the address that's going to take us to BSC scam. We're going to copy that, and this is the results at the moment. So we hit 2 million global rank on BSC. That's insane. That's insane. Just in around about 1 day too. Really crazy stuff right there. And the max terms has gone up to 414 days on BSC, but the liquid 21.5 million. People done a lot more short stakes on there. Look, a lot more short 1 day mints on BSC. Look at it, 21.5 million compared to Ethereum. And Ethereum is obviously with the higher gas fees, but Ethereum here is way lower. The 1 day mints, 11.8 million on there, but of course more valuable as we can see on the chain. Let's have a quick look and see if we can find a BSC. I guess we're gonna have to look for BSC. That's actually not gonna help me with the BSC, but let's have a look here. There's so many fake Zens on here. Crazy, man. Pancake swap. We've got Apple here. I think that's Polygon, isn't it? Zen Crypto. BZen. BNZen. No. Can't see anything as yet myself. Polygon. Then Polygon. Okay, so here Polygon. Polygon, Zenmatic. That's the only one I see. It's got nothing in it at the moment. Oh, that's Polygon, sorry. I need to think about BNB. So I got confused between Polygon and PSC. All right, so Zen, BNB. That's what we're looking for there. BNB. Zen BNB. It's got $3,800 in this particular pair. Let's have a quick look. It looks like the biggest pair, doesn't it? Zen USD Tether. It's got 18,000 USDT there on Zen. I have to check the chat there. A wrap bean. Okay, it's got 11,000. So there are a couple of pairs to look at. Let's have a look at this one. See whether it's got the right contract. Zen. This has got the wrong contract. So that's a fake. Looks of it. What else there? This one here, bam. Zen, that's a fake 2. 010. That's a fake. What else there? We got, keep looking down. Zen or at BNB 3.8. This is probably real, is it? Zen looks like a fake 2. Oh man. Keep looking. This one looks like the only real one here is this one here. This pair that kind of looks like the real one at the moment, but I can't see it being a 0.03. So it's got BZen too. So that's kind of weird. Yeah, that's wrong too. That's a fake too. All right, we'll have to look for that in another time. You can feel free to post me the link if you do find a real one. Can't see any real one there. All right, so let's have a look here. I just minted on Ethereum, cost me $3.77, says Briz. You've been on a roll, Hex Token. Keep up the great work, says Crypto Bigfoot. I appreciate that. Yeah, trying to get the right balance. You know, I've talked about these things, and yeah, it's kind of cool. Nice work, y'all, says Mix. Woohoo! Yeah, definitely cool. All right, so let's switch back to the Polygon, and I'll try and find a proper trading pair for the BSC. I couldn't see one there as I looked, so we'll keep looking out for that. There's a lot of fake ones out there, so watch out for that. We just saw that. There's a lot of fakers willing to scam. All right, here we are, Dash. We're looking at the dashboard. Now all you have to do is swap between these to mint. 37,460. So this is very different from BSC yesterday. And of course, probably less people being activated on there. So Polygon was huge when it came out. They built up a huge ecosystem. So they've got a very big ecosystem. And the engagement's still relatively busy. I think we've got that. I posted some charts here on the Discord here under new tokens, which is where we put the XEN information. You can talk about any charts here. But let's have a look here. I posted some cool stuff here about Polygon. So these are the transactions on Polygon. So you can see they used to be up like 6 million. They had some bots, and then they had to put the Gwei up from 1 Gwei up to 32 Gwei, or about that, and the bots came down. So you can see they got back into about 2.5, around about 3 million, and they just look like they're just below 3 million transactions a day at the moment. So that's pretty much that. They have had their unique addresses have continued to climb. So they have had a bit of a slowdown here in April 2022, but really started to rise again in July and back up to 171 million now. So that's not too bad. What is there on Etherscan? Maybe 300 million, 310 million, something like that, maybe 320 now. So it gives you a comparison there. And of course, on Polygon, they have active Polygon chain addresses, is moving up to around about, out of all those addresses, around about 500,000 active. It's really big jumped actually recently. So that's pretty interesting. Right, cool. So that's a little bit of stuff there. So there are people definitely doing a lot of stuff on there, but BSC's got probably a lot more of the gambling chain on the BSC. What else there? Smash those likes, says KD. Definitely smash the likes. Hey, look, we're up to 39,000, so this is a lot slower. And of course, all you have to do to do this, I've put the links in the chat there. Pretty easy to do. If you couldn't find the links in the chat, then just go to our new token links here. I did post in the links earlier down here after Wookie asked me about them, which is here. So hit the Polygon scan to add the network. Use swap space to get Matic on Polygon. I posted the swap space up here. It's pretty easy to do. And then, of course, on the website, then just switch it to Polygon and start minting. That's how easy it is. So that's pretty cool. I must have swapped another wallet here because I'm on the sure I haven't minted on here. So that's all you have to do. Put in the days that you want. The maximum days is now 328. The longer you mint, the better you'll be off. And then click start mint there and the way to go. Not really a short play on here. Well, you probably could try short plays, but be not quite like an ETH there. So yep. All right, cool. We're going to come back to the XEN, but in the meantime, we're going to jump over to the second half of the live stream. We'll be back at XEN at the end. We're going to jump into the stock market crypto news, and then into the Hex and Pulsechain ecosystem updates, and then finally into Hex daily updates, and then we'll jump back around into the XEN updates. So stay tuned for that. All right, so let's get into it. We've got the stock market at the moment. The Dow ends lower as the Fed fears overshadow, and of course a overshadow pop in Pepsi. So pretty much similar news, but it is a bit softer today. Let's have a look at the results. The Dow Jones Industrials, the top 30 industrial firms in the United States, down just slightly. 28 points to 29,210, but it is below 30,000, which is a pretty important psychological level. This S&P 500 is down 11.8 points, down 1/3% to 3,577, and the Nasdaq, with all the tech companies in it, is down just 9 points, so hardly moved, 0.1%, down to 10,417. Volatility index is down, so that's cool. Down to 1/5% there to 33.57, and the dollar index just pretty much flat, but just slightly positive at 113 versus its trading partners. The commodities, of course, let's all look at that. Brent oil has eased over the last day. It was up at about 89. Brent oil, so was at 87. It was at 89. Sorry, it's down to 87. It's just up slightly. It's still open. Brent oil there was up pretty high over the last 24 hours at 95. It's down at 92.4. So down $1.89 on the Brent oil there. So a little bit of a pullback there. Gold is up $3.60 to $16.81, and silver is up almost 10 cents at $19. That's pretty much it for the commodities. Let's have a look at the commentary. The Dow slipped Wednesday as Federal Reserve September minutes signaled higher for longer rates overshadowed a surge in Pepsi following better than expected quarterly results. The Federal Reserve policymakers continue to reiterate the need to push monetary policy into restrictive territory and keep rates at elevated levels until there is compelling evidence that inflation was on track to slow toward the Fed's 2% target. Now, we've got the inflation data coming out on Thursday, US time. So we'll be looking forward to that. Hopefully it's soft, but softer, better for the asset markets, including crypto. And we could get a bit of a rally after all these red days on the stock market and, modest flat days on the crypto market. With no notable pushback in the FOMC minutes against the current pace of rate hikes, we see the FOMC on track for another 75 basis point hike in November. So I think majority of people see that too. So not surprised. The minutes arrived in investors' fret over inflation report due to Thursday. The economists expect to show that core inflation, which excludes food and energy prices, continues to run hot. Let's hope that it's a little bit less than 8.3%, but it's probably going to be still around that mark. Adding to those concerns, wholesale inflation released on Tuesday showed that price pressures for businesses increased at a faster pace than feared in September. I think we've got the numbers for that. They're forecast 0.2% increase, got a 0.4% increase on that, as opposed to a negative 0.2% the month before. Energy, however, helped to keep the broader market above the flat line, despite a slip in oil prices. So nice one there from energy. And we're going to jump all the way down the bottom here. Technology remained under pressure, however, as gains in Alphabet and Microsoft were offset by a drag from weakness in chip stocks. So that's pretty much it. Let's jump over to crypto. We've got BTC at $19,160, up 0.66%. We've got ETH at $1,300, up 1.4%, and BNB at 271. That's pretty much it. So I'm just having a look to see if there's any highlights in there. Not really. So that's pretty much it. Pretty flat, but slightly positive, which is okay. We'll have a look at some of the news. We had a massive hack. The good old Mango hacker stole funds to pit community against developers, apparently. The Mango market hacker is now using looted governance tokens to vote in the project's DAO about how best to resolve the hack. So pretty funny there. The hacker behind 100 million breach of the Mango markets platform appears to have voted for their own solution for returning the stolen funds. Isn't that a runny? Welcome to crypto, funny, folks. It is a crazy place. Using the same governance tokens taken in the hack. That's hilarious. A person claiming responsible for the attack told members of the project's decentralized autonomous organization, the DAO, that they will return the majority of the loot of the community agrees to repay bad debt that was taken during a June operation to save a different Solana project called Solend. Mango Markets and Solana-based decentralized exchange. It is governed by a DAO made up of holders of its native token, MNGO. And according to see the price obviously pulled back there. The hacker also cast almost 33 million votes in favor of the proposal. That's hilarious. Giving it a current approval rating of 99.9%. The tokens used to vote yay were held by the same account as the one associated with the hacker, suggesting that if they were pilfered in yesterday's exploit. But with voting set to end on Friday, another 667 million yes votes are still needed to make the result a correct. And of course, whether the result will have legitimacy given the way it has been reached remains to be seen. So that was some high drama there on the Mango, $100 million. So let's see what happens there. Pretty crazy stuff. Let's jump over to the Hex prices, of course. Let's see where we are on the time frame here. 12:36 here in Kiwi land. We've got the Hex at 3.227 cents. A great entry price, dollar cost average price for the Hex, especially after a 95% pullback. And of course, it has bounced back a little bit from there. And of course, set your limit orders. Check out hex.com, of course. You can find that link in the video description. Here it is. Pretty much the best savings products. A really good entry for that. And of course, we're excited for things that are coming up with the Hex contract soon. Maxi, of course, is a second layer derivative of Hex. It's currently at 6.8 cents on the chart here. We're going to have a quick look at the premium. Remember, 92,000 Maxi were redistributed to burn and a reward pool for the Maximus contract. Currently sitting at a 2.11 a ratio from you need 2.11 hex per maxi, so looking pretty good there. And yeah, 32% was pretty much moved out of the supply into those three different allocations. Now we've got the maxi here. Maxi team ratio at the moment is 6.7 cents. So the ratio at the moment is 1.22. So still holding up. Looks a little bit lower than it was. Yeah, just a little bit lower there in the daily. Was up at 1.27. It's now at 1.22. So one maxi to team there. Hedron, of course, has been the talk of the town. Now I've got two probable plays. Hedron. And of course, we've got the within a month. So in fact, it's a month from now. We're going to have the massive Hex HSI stakes, and of course, something like 2,500 day one there, and then the next fortnight after that's going to be amazing. Second half of November. So we're looking forward to that. We've also obviously got the Poly Maximus, which is going to help all the small players. So if you haven't heard about that, you've got Hedron, or you want to get Hedron, then that's one way of participating and bidding as a whale. All the small fish get to join and get together and bid as a whale. And they also announced yesterday about Hedron staking as well, ICOSA staking. So it's going to be pretty awesome there. The current price at the moment, of course, it kind of got front run because when they announced the Polygon Maximus, it had a little bit of a rally since that time. It's pulled back from there, of course, and moved a little bit earlier than I suspected. I sort of suspected 3 weeks out. So we're kind of rallied like maybe 5 weeks out. And I expect to see another rally coming up. It's 2 weeks away. So we get a bit more pressure in the week ahead. For example, we've still got that. So I'm going to full screen this on the Hedron. This is one of my first probable plays. Yeah, looking pretty good so far in that chart. So I like that. And only a month to go, folks. So if we take a month, it's all the way out around about here, around the stake here. So I'm moving around too much, but that's how far. So expecting some fireworks in here, am I. So pretty cool. That's pretty it. We're going to go through ICOSA there. I think we've got ICOSA on this one. ICOSA there at the moment, $1.06 on ICOSA. So if you're staking a Hedron, ICOSA, or your What's NFTs, you're earning $1 for those each, which is pretty nice. All right, cool. Let's jump over to the airdrops. These are either free claims or airdrops. Obviously, it includes Zen, but we've covered Zen separately. My second probable play is PLSD, which is going to have the dual token system launching with what we call Pulse Bitcoin. People are going to be able to mint that, and I think you have to you may have to burn the PLSD, is basically what I've seen alluded to get a miner. Just like in Bitcoin, you have miners. Seems like they're going to have miners of some form in the new token, the dual token system coming up for Pulse Dogecoin, which will be Pulse Bitcoin. I'm excited to see the gamification there. It's going to be pretty interesting. There's only 6 million tokens in PLSD, so it's not a lot in terms of supply, and we're looking forward to this. This has already started to move since I've been talking about it, of course, and away it goes. So we're up at $5.23. The all-time high is $9.53. Man, we could break that, and of course, if we do, we would possibly be looking at $13, $14 for a PLSD, particularly if there's burning in there, if you need to get Pulse Bitcoin miners, if that's the way it's going to be set up. Obviously, seeking information on that. I may have some news for you guys coming up for that soon on this channel. So stay tuned. I'll let you know as I know, right? So pretty cool. $5.23. So that's looking good there on the chart, the old chart. Looking good like Hedron, right? These are my two probable plays. So it's pretty cool. Now, the weight token, if you had sacrificed for 8 different sacrifices, there's the weight token. That's kind of just sitting on the sidelines there, just at the bottom of the range at half a penny. You can see there's not much happening there. We did have a buy the rumor, sell the news events for the team called Coast, which made this weight token. And of course, they are launching a on-ramp, off-ramp, and a stable coin, fiat-backed stable coin on the Pulsechain. And of course, that's just another. Pulsechain's will be launching with at least 3 or 4 native stable coins, which is amazing, right? To have a chain that's going to have stable coins, and they're the best models of stable coins, either fiat-backed or exogenously backed. So exogenously backed just means that it's a token that's the native coin of the blockchain that's backed pretty much in these models by the platform token. So it's pretty cool. All right, so that's pretty neat there. Now, obviously, Zen, we've talked about that. Let's jump over to my spotlight. Before we do that, though, let's get into the Maxi, the latest update around Poly Maximus, which is the big thing coming up here. It's going to be pretty fun, and Poly Maximus will have a set percentage budget for both buying HSI Hex stakes and for staking Hedron. What do you think of the percentage for each should be? So they're wanting to get some feedback there. Considerations: remaining Hedron after the bid phase ends will be added to the Hedron stake. More Hedron staked initially will result in higher yield from the liquidation auctions, and more Hedron budgeted for the auction, increasing buy power. So give your feedback there. That's on the Maximus underscore Twitter. I'll post the link to this one here in case you want to throw in your view on that. That's cool. Let's go bang. Let's push that in. Cool. Let's jump back up here. I'm going to leave that on there. So that's cool. And so that's the latest update. Now, Poly Maximus is the latest product from the Maximus team. They've obviously been super successful. They launched Maximus. They launched the Perpetuals and the Team DAO token. Massive success. They ended up staking over 1.1 billion with those products of Hex, and of course that's off the market, making Hex even more scarce as we move into the future. So really big deal there, and their Team DAO token looks like it's really going to be great for investors. Obviously not investment advice, but looking pretty cool. Their latest product, of course, is migrating over to the Hedron, which is another. These are all second layer derivatives of Hex. And of course, the Hedron, they're going to be bidding on those big HSI auctions coming up in a month's time on the Hedron DApp. And of course, Poly Maximus is going to allow all the small players to be able to participate. So really amazing. I think they're up to day like 9 or 10 on the development of that. They do it publicly on Dipcatcher's YouTube. Really, really cool. Big shout out to them. All right, cool. So that's pretty much it. And let's jump over to our final one, of course, the Spotlight project. Now, I've talked about the two probable projects that's going to do really well, Hedron and PLSD Pulse Bitcoin. But I've got Spotlight project. This is more speculative. This is in the crypto casino, but this is a game changer in crypto. This is true DeFi. This is not just some little copy or tax code token or something like that. This is going to be the world's first decentralized peer-to-peer crypto casino game changer. Better rewards for the players that play. Obviously, gambling and casinos and iGaming is huge in the world. Something like 60% of Americans play some form of it. So it's really big online. Obviously, there's well-known crypto casinos online, like Betfair, for example. And of course, this is going to be the world's first decentralized peer-to-peer. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And the price at the moment is currently $10.92, looking pretty nice. Obviously, as we lead into the launch of a BNB pot. So excited for that. Now, if you're familiar with PulsePot, it's been on a BSC chain. It's called BNB pot, and that's the first chain it's going to be launching. 5 chains. They had a sacrifice, only 1 million tokens, and of course already it's going to be amazing here. Let's check out what's happened here on the chain. So we've only got, let me refresh this. We only got a few days to go until launch. 6 days, folks, 6 days to launch. They had to defer it, of course, after the BSC bridge hack, but now it's counting down. It's getting closer and closer. 6 days to go. Amazing. The gamification is the best, man. Check out my video on the gamification of BNB pot on this channel. I've done a really great video. I think it's the best video on the fundamentals easily. It's a really, really good summary. Check it out. Well worth it. And of course, the stake here is 63.3% of all BNBP on the BSC chain there is staked. Remember, there's only 1 million tokens. And of course, if you add in the Teams wallet as well, it gets up to something like 67, 68%. And of course, we've still got 6 days to go. I think we're going to get a bit of a rush on the staking after that. Why would you stake? Because you're going to get profits from the casino, and the tokenomics are amazing. So, yep, the 75% of the profits are going to be going to a monthly airdrop for stakers. You have to be staked. 20% goes to a daily buy and burn. So we're excited about Pulsechain and Pulsex. It's going to have a magical buy and burn, and on a large scale, that's going to be amazing. But here we're going to have a 20% daily buy and burn. So the token's going to be bought up and then, of course, burn. So that 1 million tokens going to get, rare pretty quickly, I think. It's going to be pretty awesome at 20%. Now, the fee charge is somewhere between 1.5% and 3%. Most people will get charged 3%, but if you're holding as a player, if you're holding BNBP, you will be getting a discount on that. So the more you hold, you get up to 1.5% on your fee when you play, which is pretty exciting. So that's pretty cool. And then 5%, folks, is going to go to a weekly lottery just for holding BNBP. So that's going to be a game changer. And man, you could end up getting pretty lucrative just for holding BNBP. So multiple stuff there. On top of all this, they have so many other amazing tokenomics related to the market price. So the target price on the platform is going to be $30, and that will go up 10% as the market price goes up. So if the market price goes to $40, then of course on the platform will be $44 playing value. So that's enticing. So people that are playing get and the holding BNBP get cheaper fees. They get a better price for playing, and of course, if they're staking, they also get rewarded as well. The other thing, of course, is there will be a referral program. So if you refer this platform and reach the players that play it. So obviously, these are people that play these games, not people that are don't play these sort of games, obviously. And of course, there's a referral there for that as well. So you get 10% of their winning. So if they win, you get 10% of that, which is pretty amazing. So you can see how many pump mentals, and that's just that's not all of them. There's heaps more. Definitely check out that video. So excited for that. 6 days to go, folks. Massive amount staked, and I'm expecting to get a bit of a surge in the last 6 days. Going to be a lot of fun. And that's my Spotlight project. So this is my speculative play that I think has got everything right for a good chance of doing amazing. And I think you should check it out if you want to. Make sure you do your investment due diligence. Nothing on this channel is investment advice. And all the links, of course, are in the video description in the Discord under useful links. You'll see the Spotlight project for BNB Pot there, and you can join up there. You'll also see that under new token links as well. So if we go to new token links here, you'll be able to see that at the bottom here, the Spotlight project at the moment. Very excited about that gamification. I wish I'd known a lot more about it early in the day, to be honest, because that's how good it is. So pretty exciting. That, folks, is it. So on that one, we're going to get up to the Hex Daily Stats. Make sure you check out pulsechain.com. The link's in the video description. This is going to be a fork of Ethereum, a proof of stake. It's going to be absolutely huge, folks. The biggest airdrop in crypto history. But on top of this, not only is it going to be super fast, super cheap, but it's going to have a massive ecosystem around it. So check out. I've done tons of videos on it. Check it out. But yeah, it's going to be incredible. PulseX, buy and burn. If we do $1 billion of trade volume, that's going to be $700,000 of buy and burn a day. It's incredible stuff, and much more. Fiat on ramps, off ramps, DeFi lending, the best quality. Stable coins are going to flourish. It's going to be a wonderful place. And there's so many tokens that do revenue sharing, like Power City. It's going to be incredible. So definitely check out that. Also check out Hex.com, of course, and really the best savings product in the crypto land. And of course, these are going to be absolutely, mate, it's a good entry price. Make sure you do investment due diligence. How to buy is at the top right, of course, if you want to get involved with that. And of course, jump into our Discord as well. We're all Hexkins and Pulsekins and Zenekins apparently at the moment as well. So cool. All right, so cool. Let's look at the Hex Daily Stats coming up there. We're waiting for day 1045. Hex is coming up to its 3rd year birthday, so we're going to talk about that soon. But before we do that, let's get back to Zen and do a refresh and see where the mint's at the moment. So let's see how we're going. Woohoo! 60,914. Man, this is way slower than BSC. And of course, what's the GWAI at the moment? The GWAI has come down a little bit there. It's down to 547. Normally, this is around 32 or so. And of course, that means you're going to have to set your GWAI limit higher to avoid failed transactions, stuff like that. So definitely do that. The top wallet, of course, is the Zen contract there. 1,217 Matic so far. So about $1,000 over the last 5 minutes. 50% of the gas use on Polygon definitely is that. So I'm sure the Polygon engineers are going, what's going on here? What's going on here? So that's pretty hilarious. All right, so cool. What else there? We're up to 338 days on the max term. And of course, we won't have any change in the EAA until we hit 100,000 wallets. Then we'll go down to 9.9% on the early bonus there. 48 minutes into the play on the Polygon there. That's pretty much it. And let's check the chat for any more comments. Raymond's in the house there. Hey, good to see Raymond. Woohoo! More free coins, absolutely. And Mr. Unknown says BNB pot. Yeah, definitely look out for that. That's going to be pretty epic. What else we got going there? Correct. You have to wait to stake. Don't forget to claim on the day your mint ends. Absolutely. Spreadsheets are a pretty good way to keep track of your mints on each chain. The other thing, of course, is that you can put in your wallet titles if you've set up separate accounts. Sorry, in your accounts in your wallet. If you've used multiple accounts, you can put in the title there. Exactly when it's coming out and things like that. So it's pretty cool. Sandy Beach is in the house, one of our awesome moderators and community members. Hello, Hex Token, everybody. Good to see Sandy Beach. Brennan says, got my header on ready for Poly Maximus. Nice one, Brennan. Yep, I think it's going to do pretty well. So it's one of my probable plays at the moment. Sorry, late was busy minting. V-Buck says, Brian, nice one. In a little late. Hey, everybody. Good to see Ted. What else there? I think we can jump through some of those. Sandy says, I'm starting to get overwhelmed by all the projects, says Sandy Beach. Sandy is the ultimate in diversification on the Pulsechain and Hex projects and now Zen. Well done there, Sandy. A very close friend of mine just minted 70 wallets. No bot, says Ocean Breeze. I'm sure your friend is a bot. Your friend is a bot, Ocean Breeze. Your friend is a bot. Mint too slow, says Zenon. Yeah, it's probably a lot slower on there is what we're finding. Matic Chain is garbage, says Chain says. Yeah, well, it's a lot more expensive there. Normally, it's not. That doesn't have this volume going through it. James, I guess, is the case. Pulsechain going to eat its lunch. Absolutely, Pulsechain is going to be amazing, man. So yeah, check out, get into our Discord and get into the best crypto. There's tens of thousands of crypto folks out there. There's a lot of experimental ones like XEN, for example. But if you want to get into the gold-plated cryptos, get into our Discord, talk about Pulsechain projects and Hex. It's going to be pretty cool. It will be a fun ride, that's for sure. All right. We're up to. We're going to switch over and go to BSC chain and check this out. Let's do that. Boom, 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 boom. See where the BSC chain is at the moment. 2,008,000. It looks like it slowed down a little bit after the days gone by. Obviously, a lot of the minters are over at Polygon there, but at least some of them anyway. So cool. We've got 31.3 billion on the BSC chain. Man, too many short stakers. They tried to do the strategy on ETH chain, but it's pretty crazy. And the max term there, 414 days. AMP is now down 1 day after 1 day since the Genesis, and the EAA, which is the dramatic one, down at 8% already. Of course, once we hit 10 million wallets, that will be down at 0. So the early amplifier adoption, early adopter amplifier, I should say, is going to be down at 0 by 10 million wallets. That could be a little while away. It seems to have slowed down after the first day. We'll see how that goes. Let's go to the ETH chain, which is the first one. This is the most valuable chain, of course. Let's see where this is going. The gas on ETH at the moment, 16, which is definitely lower generally than it has been. We've got 785,547 global rank. And of course, what else have we got going there? 393 days is the max term yet, so it hasn't gone over 400 yet. And AMM, the amplifier there is at 2,996, goes down 1 every day. Over 8 years, and of course the EAA is down at 9.3% there, well behind the BSC chain, which is already down at 8%. So cool. That's pretty much it. And of course, to mint, all you have to do is click the start mint button. As long as you got some gas for the gas fees, which will cost you probably about $4 at the moment, just under $4. Then you can mint. The longer the better, right? The longer the better. So cool. That is pretty much it. So we're going to jump out of there. Let's just quickly check Jack's Twitter and see if he's got any updates there. Polygon, yeah, that was it. The last one was just about the gas fee. We covered that live. So that's cool. It's currently down a bit lower though, 500. It was up at 600, 700 there, 12x in gas or more. So it's definitely easing back there. So you can get a cheaper fee now for minting because it's coming down a bit there in terms of the gwei that you're going to hit there. So cool. And of course, there's still XEN is still number 1 on there. So cool. Let's jump out of there. I'm going to close that down. You can use swap space if you want to get a bit of Matic. And like I say, you can use any chain. You can go from Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, or many other chains. As long as you've got the token there, you can do it. They've got Dogecoin and other stuff like there. But you just have to make sure you choose Matic Polygon. So yeah, it's got Matic Polygon. There are other Matics on other chains. So you just need to make sure that you're using the right chain. So you can send it from one chain to another chain. Just make sure you're selecting the right tokens on each chain. So if you've got BNB on BSC chain, maybe you've got it left over after the mint, then you can go and swap for some Matic. And of course, you can send it from the same address to the same address because all you're going to do is swap the chains when you receive it, right? So it's pretty easy. You can see this one here says 64 minutes via Binance as the partner there. But if you're going to do another one, let's say you're going to do ETH chain. So it's going to give you different partners that they're going to use. Still Binance for this one, Matic. So that's that one. What else there? So you just remember the time is 34 minutes. You'll have to paste your address in there and do all it's a step-by-step process. You don't need to connect your wallet. You can just put in your details. Pretty easy. So that's pretty much how to get it into your wallet. Pretty cool. So nice. Now, the other thing, of course, is once your claiming your mint period is over, whatever you've decided to set there, you have this penalty. So make sure you diarize. Otherwise, if you are late by a week, it's all gone. So you wasted all your gas fees and your time. And just remember that. So that's pretty much that. What else there? I think that's that. We've got the spreadsheet for the Ethereum chain. This is the data here on June.com. Now you can find all these links, of course, in our Discord. Link to Discord is in the video description. Join up there. And of course, you can go to new token links at the bottom under Pulsechain projects. And of course, Zen is going to be copied over onto Pulsechain because it launched on Ethereum. Ethereum is getting forked by Pulsechain, and that's going to be copied over. So you're going to have a copy 2 for 1 on the Ethereum chain. So it might be more expensive gas price, but you're getting 2 for 1. That's pretty much it. So cool. Depending on what stage. So that's going to be cool. Now, what I was saying here, here's all the official sites here. You can check that out, and I will add in any trading pairs as well. So these are official trading pairs on ETH. I'll add the BSC one, and once I find the legit one there. So cool. And of course, on the ETH chain here, you can find this link. It is on Discord, under a Discord link there. Where did I put it? It is Zen data here on the June.com. So that's pretty much that. Let's have a quick look at the data here, so we can see that definitely the wallets have eased off on ETH chain. So what we're down, we got down. Actually, this hour was low as 700 claimed that they ranked that day. That's pretty. The hourly. Sorry, it's hourly there. That's pretty low on the hourly there. So the hours definitely pulled off here. This is the weekend. Remember how we had a big climb in the ETH chain? We're way up at like 15,000 people hitting the site. Definitely slowed down. Now the key thing is when the gas price is getting cheaper, particularly in the weekend. That's when we expect to see a bit of a bounce, right? During the week, maybe we get lower amounts, and we've seen that during the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday type thing. In the weekend, are we going to get a jump up again? Or is this going to have a tail end and the virality just starts falling off? So going to be interesting. Some people will be minting every weekend kind of thing. Others people, there's some strategies, maybe we'll see a tail off. That'd be a big implication for the project, right? This is a big experiment, obviously massive inflation. And of course, we've seen that in the price chart reflect that. So really, it's a bit of a punt. And of course, if I was you, I wouldn't put too much money in minting. And as I said to you since the beginning, people were buying into a falling knife when the price launched. They clearly didn't understand what this project was doing, and so forth. So just take that into account. We did see a lot of people do one-day mints. Look at 187,000 contracts doing one-day mints. That's a short game, folks, not a long game, not a medium-term game, a short game. We had 2 to 3 days with 268,000 accounts doing this. So short game there playing as well. And of course, the long game is this 300 days, 360. You can see we do have a lot of people minting longer. Now they're going to get a lot more, of course, a lot more Zen in the long game. And of course, that is the play, right? The play is the long game. And of course, eventually once we get to the 8%, we'll get the inflation will start dying down. But definitely a big issue there. So cool. If we look at the 30-day view, you can see a lot of the short game played out. And then, of course, less people minting on a shorter time horizon within the 30 days. It's going to be interesting to see, in the weeks ahead, the next couple of weeks, how this profile plays out. And, of course, the gas fee will reflect that low gas fee will reflect profitability too. So it's going to be interesting to see that play. There's lots of charts on here. You can check it all out, folks. There's so many charts on here with really good stuff. So you can see users minted Zen hourly here. You can see the mints coming out. So we had this avalanche of tsunami of, as I've been saying, of Zen coming out, and of course got dumped. A lot of it got dumped. And of course you can see on the Ethereum chain here, there's 12 billion in liquid supply. Only just under 500,000 has been staked. Now, some people might just have this in their wallet. Other people, because they can't sell it because it's not economic, some people will sell it at a loss. Some people will wait till the price goes up. So there's going to be lots of things there to take into account, folks. So, that's pretty much it. All right, cool. What else? I think that's kind of it on there. We're up to an hour and a quarter. Let's see who else is in the chat there. Any more comments of insight there? Let's have a look. Hello, Miss Beach, says Bob Wells. We got a couple more comments there. Jack Levin was on GRCs this morning. He was indeed. I haven't actually watched that, but I saw that he was on there. What else there? Zen says Matic too slow. Yeah, it's definitely slow. And it's definitely slow there. It's not used to having such a heavy load, I think. I only minted 10, but did a 28-day rollover, 28-day payout every week, says Bob Wells. Nice one. Bob, did you also do BSC and Polygon? What else there? We got a couple more comments. I got nothing minted yet, pending on Poly. No way, James. Really? Your Gwei must have been way too low, James. You must have used your standard Gwei. And that's going to get you stuck. It's the Gwei at the moment is 553. You really have to edit the ticket there. Make sure you got faster Gwei. It will cost you more, of course, with the Gwei there. So that's the other offset there. And why isn't the 2 to 3 day graph besides the 1 day graph on the Zen data? OCD says anyone. Jim Rat Crypto's in house there. Yeah, if only people would open their mind, look at the beauty. Great job, Hex Token. Hey, thanks, Jim Rat Crypto. There's Jim Rat Crypto in the chat there, folks. Thanks for the great info. Hey, you're welcome there, Jim Rat Crypto. And yeah, keep up the good work there. You know, there's some channels like ours that I think are reasonably open-minded. And of course, you know, this is a gamble. This is a gambit, a punt. There is high inflation. There's a longer play. Some people have played the short game. A few people have won that, particularly on day one. But the rest of the time, it's, you know, you're just going to longer probably pays better on this particular project. All right, so cool. Yeah, if you want to get into the probable projects, I've talked about that coming up here with price potential appreciation. My probable plays at the moment are Hedron and, of course, a PLSD, a Pulse Bitcoin. Those are my two probable plays. And my speculative play, which I think is a high-quality one. Obviously, you need to do your own investment due diligence. Nothing's investment advice is a BNB pot on the BSC chain that is going to be launching in less than 6 days. So those are my opinions. Now, obviously, you have to make your own decisions on things like that. And this one here is more entertainment for me. It's a speculative punt. You know, I'm thinking, you know, maybe $20 here on the ETH chain, maybe up to $100 on the ETH chain, and maybe a few dollars on the BSC Polygon chain. That's kind of where I'm thinking on this. So you have to make up the decision on what you think. But yeah, it has definitely been entertaining and a lot of fun to cover this. Now, one thing I do particularly like is the network effect, but of course the network effect could tail off. And that's kind of what I think we're starting to see already. So we're going to have to see what the next weekend's like. And I think by next weekend, we'll have a good idea of where things are going with the project. So it's going to be fun to see that. Then, of course, there's a long future in front of us. But, of course, I don't see that as probable. I see it as a possible play for the Zen longer term. So it's a possible play, not a probable play. Maybe in 4 years' time, 5 years' time, we have a bull market or something. Maybe it comes into its own. But, of course, that's a possible play, not a probable play. So let's see how we go. Hope you guys have enjoyed that, you know, hopefully neutral commentary there. Is it neutral? Not really. It's my opinion, but at least it's, you know, got the pros and cons in there at least. All right, let's jump over to the Hex Daily Stats and check it out. We've got day 145. No, it's not even out yet. It's not even out. We're waiting for that, but it's not quite out yet, folks. Let's get back over to the Zen and check over on BSC, see how BSC is going. Actually, before we do that, let's just refresh the ETH chain and see how this is going. So, yeah, I guess the two big principles in Zen are mint cheaply and mint longly. Mint longly. It's probably the two things there to go. All right, cool. Ethereum there. Let's jump over this. That's at 12.1 billion liquid supply, 786,000 wallets. Let's check over to BSC. And let's go to BSC there. Is at over 2 million, which is pretty impressive. That's a pretty cool number. And of course, we've got 33.8 billion. Oh my goodness, so many short players. Oh my gosh, players. And it's just, I don't know if it's probably that worth it. I guess if you had a big volume play, you may be able to make the money off it. I don't know. I haven't seen a BSC pair yet. I'll try and look for that after the live stream. I couldn't find one earlier. They all look like scam coins, the ones I did find. Let's have a look at Polygon. And you always got to make sure you check the right contract in the trading pair and make sure the whole address is correct. Remember when you're looking for stuffing on the Pancake Swap, for example, for BSC, and you can use Dex Screen or something like that to find it. So cool. Couldn't find it live before when I had a look. So we'll try and find it and post it. We'll post that link in the Discord. That's pretty much it. Now, if you want to find out, of course, the gold standard products, then get into our Discord and, of course, Pulsechain projects, and of course the Pulsechain mainnet is coming, and of course it couldn't be a better timing really. So definitely check that out. And of course hex.com in our Discord. We've got awesome moderators, as I say, awesome moderators in here that help you as well. So particularly if you're new to crypto, you're going to really enjoy it in there for sure. Good information, good community. What more can you ask for? All right, so where am I up to on there? I think I was up to the BSC, up to 78,764. We're currently 1 hour, just over 1 hour into it. What time we start? But 12, yeah, just over 1 hour, folks. And we're up to 78,000. It's definitely slower than a BSC chain there. And of course, probably less bots, possibly less bots, which could be a good valuation on the Polygon chain with the less bots in the play. And of course, we've got the max term at 343 days at the moment. There'll be no supply until tomorrow, of course. The one-day minters will come out in the mint supply there, and of course, then we'll see a price. So don't try and look for a price on trading XEN on Polygon, because there is no contract, or there's a contract, but there's no supply until tomorrow, until people's one-day mints get claimed. Pretty cool. Yeah, maximum term is 343 days. Obviously, you can mint a shorter time frame than that. That's pretty much it. All right, cool. The GWEI at the moment is still high at 555 GWEI. That's probably a lot higher than normal. Normally, the standard is about 32 GWEI or something like that. So, a way to go. Now, I used to spend a lot of time on Polygon. I haven't been on there as much for a while. So, it's interesting to be back here looking at Polygon stuff. And I used to do a lot of the dApps on Polygon at the early days. Just the way it is. Now, XEN is still dominating the Matic there, 1200 Matic. So still dominating on this one. I don't think we've got anything on Jack's channel. Let's have a look. So I was hoping he was going to put the map up. He has the Google Analytics, but he hasn't put that up there at all at this stage. Who else is in the house there? Let's have a quick look through the comments. We've got Ocean Breeze says, even at 850 GWEI, it would have only costed about 13 cents. Needed to set advanced and set to lock your GWEI, and then you can just mint more wallets and they will go through. Nice advice there, Ocean Breeze. So there we are, folks. You can set your GWEI really high, and it costs you still about 13 cents. It's a lot cheaper, but of course, the cheaper you can get it minted, probably the more efficient that is for you longer term, although it's only 13 cents. So, but then the price may not reflect that, so you've got to take that into account. Shano says, Jim Rat Crypto dominating the truth and care for the noobs like me. Amen, says Shano. And of course, Shano, our famous Shano. Did I mention with my 28-day payouts every week will turn into a weekly Hex DCA? Nice one, Bob. Yeah, that's what we like to see. So obviously a lot of people are trying to play a lot of other projects and then switch that stuff into Hex and of course into Pulsechain. Nice play there. Now, if you've missed out on Pulsechain Sacrifice and PulseX, I've got a video for you coming. So you guys are going to enjoy that. Stay tuned. Boom, says Bob. Bob the goat says Briz. That's true. 2 million says Briz. Yeah, pretty impressive on the BSC chain. Definitely impressive there. And shut down your mint bot, says Briz. Yeah. Jim Rat Crypto, shut down your mint box. And of course, stop feeding the Mex Seeds exchange with all that XEN to harvest and dump on people's heads there. Getting there, Briz. Having a long way to go. Catch you, bro, says Bob. All right, cool. Let's get into the Hex Day stats. I think they're coming up there. Must be out now. No, it's still not out there. Maybe we won't be able to talk about it today. Really getting up there in the time frame. We'll see how we get on. I'm going to be streaming for at least another 7 minutes. So let's check out the dashboard. Let's see where we're up to. Woo! Man, the one thing about the XEN dApp is that you've got to keep refreshing. As a YouTuber, you just got to keep refresh. 82,000 folks. We're almost up to 100,000. Which means the EAA will go down to 9.9%. So that's pretty much it. That's coming up to that. So cool. Definitely slower. The GWEI, though, is coming down, folks, down to 500. And, of course, like I say, if you edit the GWEI, you'll be able to get that pass through. It will cost you more cents, though. But you'll get there. All right, cool. Yeah, let's have a look at Jack Levin's stuff there. So cool. Yeah, there's the GWEI, and yeah, Jim Rat Crypto's video somewhere here. There it is there. So Jack Levin was live with Sam and Jim Rat Crypto on YouTube, so you can definitely check that out. And that was 8 hours ago, so cool. It's been going on Crypto Kindness channel a lot as well. That was 22 hours ago. I did watch that one, so I did have time to watch that one. There was nothing much in there that was particularly interesting. So yeah, cool. Like I say, this is more of an entertainment, more of a bit of a punt. But if you want to get into really gold and crypto stuff with price appreciation, then definitely get into Discord. And as I say, my probable plays at the moment, Hedron, PLSD, Pulse Bitcoin. My speculative plays with extremely good gamification, BNBP pot there. So you can check them out, do your own investment due diligence. Obviously, nothing on this channel is investment advice. Just remember that. I am a YouTuber. I'm a very experienced YouTuber and have a huge academic background, but that's just part of it, right? So that's pretty much it. Right, cool. Let's jump over to it and let's get into it. Nothing. I was hoping it's going to feed his Google Analytics. I really do like seeing the world map with everybody around the world. It's pretty interesting too. Obviously, there's a lot of people across the board. Particularly in Asia, we saw a lot of people minting there. Obviously, the MC Exchange was doing their bots, but we saw lots of people in Europe, North America, and Nigeria, Africa, and quite a few other places. So it was pretty interesting looking map there with the amount of people minting. I think I've lost the chart. There. Let us jump out of all these, and let's jump out of that. And I can't see anything there, so we're going to jump out of Jack's Twitter, jump out of all these, jump out of all that, and BNBP there sitting at $11. Oh, jumped to $12 there. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Don't miss the train, man. That's 6 weeks, 6 days to go. I've been doing pretty good calls on this channel for most part of the time, so we'll see how it goes there. I don't think I actually pumped the prices, but they definitely have been doing pretty well there. The stake percentage, 63.3% staked, and of course the launch counting down, 6 days to go, less than 6 days, 5 days and 23 hours, 47 minutes, looking like a beastie boy there. You can get whole link to that, of course, is in the useful links and the Spotlight project at the moment. So very excited. Hey, I'm going to possibly have some very big interviews coming up. Hope you guys will look forward to that, and I'll announce them when I get them signed up and sealed and delivered. So we could probably got 2 really good interviews coming up there. Stay tuned for that. Now, a quick thing I was going to look at is we still haven't got the Hex Daily Stats out, but Dev Huey, he's been out and about talking about XEN, and of course he normally covers Hedron and Watson NFTs, but he's talking about all the stuff here with all the claims. His word warning was around watch out for day 100 and day 300. I think we've talked about that on this channel too, but he's got some really cool charts there. Dev Huey is, he does some good analysis stuff there. We appreciate that, and so forth. So pretty cool. And so he's got some analysis around the first 20 claimers there. So definitely check out Dev Huey there. I'll post the link to his chat there. If you like to keep up with stuff like that, he really does add a few little insights, and I do appreciate his stuff there. So pretty cool. Welcome to Hex and Token to Hex Token chat today. Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. Hex and Token is come into the chat. There's one of the Pulsechain projects. Now they are going to be doing mass adoption to no coiners, and of course our channel is looking to support anyone that's going to spread the word on Pulsechain. And so they're going to be probably the biggest project out there that's actually going to onboard no coiners. Oh, look at the gas price on Polygon. It went up to 900 for a second there. Crazy, went up to 900 there. Anyway, so Hex and Token's coming on. They got like 4 days left in their sacrifice or endowment launch now, or donation phase, and so that's coming up there. So they've just done there now, and you can all get all their Twitters from Rag to Riches and Crypto Casino. They are all now syndicated YouTubers inside Hex Token. So we've got some really big players in the Pulsechain Hex community, and obviously Hex and Token here too now. So we've got all those feeds coming in. So we've got Gen Hex, Craig Wadding, we've got Heinz Crypto, we've got Crypto Heartbeat, we've got Rags to Riches, and of course myself, Superman, hashtag Hex Token. And so 5 YouTube videos in here, so you get the latest, greatest information from some of the best crypto people out there. And so it's really cool. Now their stuff's going to be feeding through in terms of Hex and Token through to that group. And of course, you can get the YouTube shows are coming through the YouTube shows here. So very, very nice. So cool. Let's see if the Hex Daily Stats coming out there. Not quite yet. We'll close down some of these sites. Bam. And so if you want more information, get into useful links here for Pulsechain X and the Spotlight project around BNB. If you want new token links for Pulsechain, then you can go to new token links here. We've got the XEN free claim. We've got obviously Spotlight projects, and of course Bitcoin, Pulse Bitcoin coming up there. That is now locked out. So we did a sneak peek a couple of days ago. That's been locked out. So I think someone saw that too early. And of course, they had to lock people out of that. It's just the way it goes. But very cool. Yeah, and of course, if you're in Hex and Token, that is now a subgroup in here. So for that community, it's going to be a good place. So very, very cool. Check it out, all the links. All right, so very nice. And don't you love our Pulsechain animation? Is that cool? That was free too off the internet. So thank you, whoever made that. It's very, very badass. I like it a lot. All right, cool. Let's jump over to the mint and see where we're going. We're coming up to an hour and a half, so we may not get into the Hex Daily Stats today. We'll see how we're going. 88,420 are now on the Polygon network. So not quite 100,000 yet. Let's see how we're going on the Hex Daily Stats. And maybe I'll have to talk about this tomorrow because it's not coming out early enough. We're currently 17 minutes into the day. I guess it's not really early enough there. What time does it normally go through to 1:30? Okay, we might keep going for another 15 minutes. So we'll see how we get on with this. So waiting for the Hex Daily Stats to come out there. All right, cool. Have we got a coffee? I think so. Cheers, everybody. 88,893. Woohoo! Global rank. 346 days on the next term. And of course, we won't see any change in the EAA until we reach 100,000 wallets. That's pretty much it. Brent says, looking forward to the PLS and PLSX video. Hey, man, it's going to be cool, man. If you missed out on Pulsechain and PulseX Sacrifice, you're going to want to see this video. Hopefully, it's going to clarify things and give people an opportunity, or at least a major alternative to some of the other principles of doing well in those chains. Obviously, Pulsechain had a sacrifice back on the 15th of July last year, ran through to all the way through to the 3rd of August, and then it had a big sort of a tail end all the way through to something like the 5th of April this year. And of course, that got officially closed off there. The Pulsex, of course, launched its sacrifice phase for the Pulsex exchange, which is amazing. It's going to be amazing on Pulsechain. And it's one of the big differentiators between all the other chains is the gamification of Pulsex and, of course, what we call the AMM bot there. So it's going to be pretty powerful. We had that sacrifice between pretty much the 29th of December 2021 all the way through to the end of February, about 25th of February. And then we had a tail end all the way through to about 5th of April, which ended similarly to Pulsechain. So we had those sacrifices there. A lot of people have come into the community since then. They've gone, how do I get Pulse? How do I get Pulsex? And of course, it's not launched yet. And of course, all the sacrifices have got there. It's even better for them because there's more and more people around wanting to get access to that, because it's going to be massive, man. It's an ecosystem. So people ever talk about, oh, it's just a chain. It's actually a whole ecosystem. So it's going to be massive, right? So and it's got the best tokenomics that you can find. It's going to be pretty amazing. Now, the other thing, of course, is that I'm going to be doing a video on what I think is one of the best ways you can get yourself a lot of Pulse after the launch. Not Pulse X particularly, but Pulse. So stay tuned for that. I think it's going to be pretty good. Have a great rest of stream, Hex Token. Good night, everybody. Hey, Sandy Beach, sleep well. And it was good to see you, Sandy Beach, as always. One of our cool community moderators in Discord and amazing community member. See you, Sandy, says Brian. So Brian is our one of our 2 community leaders in the Discord. So, and he helps onboard so many people into crypto. He does a great job. Katie as well is one of our moderators, also a moderator for Texan Token and running the Texan Token group inside the Discord as well. And of course, they're looking to do mass onboarding. They've got a target market of about 500,000 just in the United States alone in Texas. And of course, onboarding no coiners into crypto. So they're ramping up a big program there. And of course, we're supporting that because we want more people to come into Pulsechain. It's going to be the best ecosystem out there. And yeah, it's going to be good times for all. Good times. Bob Wells says, sleep well, Sandy. And Bob says, woo, I've done 9 wallets on Polygon, Zen Mint. Eventually, any profits will go into Hex, a real crypto. That's the way to go. And I think that's the strategy to do. I saw the gas spike up here. The gas spiked up to like 1,200. It's now down to 390. So this is a little cheaper now to mint your Zen. Let's see if we're getting close to 100,000 wallets. We must be getting pretty close, that's for sure. Let's see. 92,441. And of course, once we get to 100,000, we'll see the EAA go down to a 9.9%. So cool. We won't see any liquid Zen until tomorrow. So don't, if you see any fake contracts out there on Polygon, that's fake. Fake it. So you don't fall for that one. Don't fall for fake contracts. And be careful out there. All right, cool. Once again, I'll have all the legit ones in Discord. So if you do wonder where they are, you can go to our Discord and, of course, go to new token links, and you will see the links there. So pretty cool. So let me quickly do something here. Bam. And let's go back up. So, yeah, under here will be all the links to Zen. And, of course, we like to make things as safe as possible for people, so you'll be able to see all the links there on each chain. Also, if you haven't seen this chart is pretty much an explanation of how Zen works. So the AMP will go down over 8 years, one day every day. the APY for the staking will be over 4 years. It goes down from 20% to 2% every 90 days. It goes down by 1%, and so forth. And of course, the EAA will drop to 0 once the 10 million ranks have been hit there. So it's pretty cool. So incredibly heavily inflationary. There will be little opportunities in the chart, I believe, over time. So there will be opportunities for the chart there. And of course, I think we can find the ETH chart here. It's dropped again. See, so no surprises. No surprises here in the Zen chart. And of course, this, do you know what? It's actually taken longer than I expected to go down. So if you have been watching my coverage of this, then you know that I expected to be even faster. You also know that I shed a few tears up here as well. Not on my first live stream because I held it in, but on my second live stream, I said, I felt a little bit ill when I saw people buying Zen, knowing how much Zen was coming onto the market. Sorry, with the 1 day, 2 day, 3 day minters, and of course other minters there, and all the bots, of course. So it's a bit uncomfortable. You got to let this thing run its course. That's the best thing, right? Let it run its course and see whether it can find some sort of bottom, because obviously a lot of inflation coming out. Obviously, we're going to have more inflation in 100 days, more inflation in 300 days, etc. As the later tide. So we might have a few opportunities in maybe the next couple of days. We will see. Yeah, let's find out. The other thing, of course, is the gas price is also going to make an important, how cheap can you get it versus what the average is, I guess, is also the case. We have got tons of liquid Zen, of course, in the ETH chain. So we jump back to the ETH chain there. We have got tons of Zen, and remember, massive inflation there. So cool. Right, so yeah, we're up to 12 billion Zen in liquid. Look how little is staked at the moment. And of course, look, the chart speaks for itself, right? So there we are. Right, cool. We did slow down for a little while. This is a 4-hour chart, by the way, not a daily chart. The 4-hourly chart, we did calm down for a little while here. We even calmed down a little bit here. So we are getting a little bit of calm downs, but of course, maybe in the next couple of days we might see where that goes. Let's have a look at the daily. You can see there's not many days, and of course, this chart's not making you rich, right? So unless you were in the first day, and you had those 1 day mints coming out, you would have been able to sell it for $400 for $40 in gas, $400 return. Few people got that. A lot of bots got that. A few people did, but of course, down it came, right? Down it came. So let's see what happens the next couple of days. There may be a few opportunities here. We will see. We will see on that one. But the 1 or 2 day mints, they're not going to be profitable for the most cases. Yeah, the cheaper the gas you get, of course, the gas has come down to 15 Gwei. You might get a few opportunities there, but like I say, it's not much in it. More risk than reward at this stage. The Gwei on Polygon's coming down. Woohoo! So it's cooling off, obviously, on the claimings. We're down to 203 on there. Let's jump over to the Polygon chain and see where we've hit 100,000 yet. Must be getting pretty close, right? But the Gwei's getting cheaper, so your transactions should start to go through faster. Like I say, it's still like 4x higher, 5x higher, something like that. So yeah, we're getting close to 100,000. Not too bad at all. All right, cool. Let's jump over to the Hex daily stats. So we got day 1,045. No, still not yet. It must be getting pretty close though. We'll come back to that as we need to. All right, let me just check something here. All right, so let me hear. We got Sia is pronounced Chow. Yeah, Sia. I said Brian said Sia Sandy. It's actually Chow Sandy. Chow. So sorry about the mispronunciation there. Thanks, guys. Oh, I need to rest, says Sandy Beach. You rest up, and of course sleep well, says Bob. And you did 9 wallets. That's pretty cool. That's me spiking the gas loss, says Sandy Beach. Was it you up to 1,200 gas? That must have been you, James. That's pretty hilarious. All right, cool. We're getting close to 100,000. The gas is coming down, folks. So which means you should have less issues. But like I say, you can edit it and put in 200 Gwei and try and get yourself pushed through there. Maybe put it a bit higher. Cost you a couple of cents, right? What did someone say at 600 Gwei? It was about 13 cents. So, or what did he say? 700 Gwei? I think 700 Gwei, 13 cents. So yeah. It's definitely coming down. The Zen contract is still number 1 though. So cool. Let's refresh this whole website here. And 210 Matic now. Oh, it's come down heaps. It's come down heaps, folks. So Polygon there is probably got less bots too. So that's the benefit from, I think, from the Matic one. Obviously, that's my assertion there based on the volumes are going through. And of course, we're at $165 on this one. So yeah, interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how Polygon performs versus BSC, given the way that it started, and probably got a lot less bots, right? Otherwise, we'd probably see a lot more tuning over. It's going to be fun to see. All right, so cool. Let's see there. I think we're going to jump. Let's jump out of there. Let me look. Zen. See if we can find anything yet. I think that was the fake one again. Zen. I posted the contract down, but I can't see the can't see it on here. Yeah, I can't see it on there yet. So I'll try and look out for that and post it once I find it in the Discord. All right, let's refresh. Have we got 100,000 yet? We're getting pretty close, folks. 98,597. Woohoo! We're coming up pretty close there. I think that we'll probably, once we reach 100,000, we'll probably finish our live stream. I'm not sure if we're going to have the Hex Daily stats out by then, so we'll try our luck. We've got still coming up to an hour and 45 on the live, so we'll see how we get on there. Almost quarter live, says Michael. Almost did. Yeah, tail end. #1 channel for all the alpha, says Brennan. I appreciate that. Big shout out. Yeah, we tried to be try to cover a lot of the cool things happening, and of course, yeah, if you want to get into the, so this is one of the, it's a possible, it's a gamble, it's a gambit, and of course, we already see the network effect is slowing down. So we'll watch this weekend. I think that's pretty telling. This weekend coming up, and of course, around the Zen products. But of course, if you want to get into some probability products, my current ones is, of course, for price appreciation and not a chart like this, not a chart like this one. Then definitely check out we're Hedron at the moment. It's my probable call, and that's coming up in a month's time. We're going to have a massive event there on the HSI buybacks. So it's going to be a massive burn for Hedron, and of course massive winnings for HSI stakes, including those Poly Maximus people that are going to join that pool. And of course, there's going to be a massive ICOSA inflation event. And for those that are staking Hedron, ICOSA, and of course have WhatsApp NFTs, particularly the later two, it's going to be a massive reward event as well. So it's really like the big payday that we had in Hex in 2020, November 2020 for that particular project. And remember, they basically second layer derivatives of Hex, so pretty cool. So if obviously Hex goes up in price, they'll benefit too, just like Maximus Perpetuals, the Base Trio, Lucky, and Desi, which are all Hex staking pools, second layer ones, and of course the Maximus contract, which is also the number 30th biggest stake at the time. So pretty awesome. Very, very cool. We've been following that pretty closely, and Pulse Dogecoin there as well. You can check that out for Pulse Bitcoin. And of course, these are my probable plays. The Spotlight play is my possible play, but honestly, it's basically like a probable play. We're moving up already, $11.44. And of course, it's starting to move on their trigger there. And we're only got 6 days to go, which less than 6 days. So it's counting down. Looking forward to that. I may have some news too from 2 projects on this live stream. So we'll try and bring that to you. Hopefully I can sign those in and keep some of the latest cool alpha stuff coming, dropping there. It looks like we've got a few new people in the chat, in the Discord. We've got a few more here. Simple, you made it. Simple poll came in, yeah. Fat Sammy laughing at that. So we've actually got added a poll bot now, so we can do polls in Discord. But Fox in house there, nice with the Hex one. Pulsechain symbol there, super crypto. Nice one. Stooch just dropped in there with a Maximus one and a Pulsechain one there for chilling. So welcome to the Discord, folks. Really, really cool. We're heading towards 850 people. Looks like we've got about 818 now because it takes a little while to update. So looking good there. All right, cool. Let's jump over to the thing. Let's see if we've got 100,000. I think we have, folks. We're down. The Gwei's down. So it means a lot more people are able to mint more, mint faster now. So the Gwei is down. Let's go. Here we go, folks. Bum, 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 bum. 100,000. Woohoo! We did it. We did it. This is on Polygon. Zen on Polygon, the third chain. And of course, the 9.9% now down on the EAA. Every 100,000 wallets goes down to 0.1, or every 100,000 global rank, same thing. goes down to, or counts, we should say, is down to 9.9% now. So slowly and surely, the max term is up to 349 days. This is going to be a lot slower, but hey, there's probably a lot less bots on this one. That might be an interesting factor in the future. We'll see. Really, this project relies on the network effect. Hey, but one of the biggest things is community, and it's got to be able to build up a really big community. Now, if there's a second phase where Jack somehow gets some big deal with a platform like Google itself, because he used to be Google employee number 21, then that's a game changer for this, right? So if something like that ever eventuated, that would be a big deal. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Once again, bit of a punt, bit of a possible play, and of course, massive inflation. So a possible play, but not a probable play. A probable play, as I've already talked about at the moment. So if you're looking for a price appreciation, think about that very carefully. Once again, nothing on this channel is investment advice. Just do your own due diligence. Let's have a look here. Day 1045. Woohoo! I was going to finish the live stream, but we got the Hex daily stats. So here we are, folks. 1045 of flawless operation of the Hex contract, the ultimate crypto savings product, one of the few cryptos that have done a 10,000x and more. Obviously, if you had staked Hex as well, you'd be looking at, I can't remember, but it's something like 22,000x or something. So pretty amazing, one of the best in the bull market that we just had. And of course, winding up probably for the future where it's going to have another move on high. So that could be sooner than later, folks. Once again, we got the date here, 12th of October, 3.2 cents, a slight increase in the price there. And of course, a pretty nice entry price on the price. The payout per T-share. So T-shares are the main game in Hex. Obviously, you want to get T-shares and stake that. And of course, 6.143 Hex per T-share, looking pretty nice. And of course, the T-share price there, $781, 24,300 on the T-share rate. If you want to understand Hex, understand the T-share rate. Really, really cool. Fricks, compound interest. And it kind of says earlier pays better. So the earlier you get in, the better, because this is going to just go up and to the right. And it kind of gives that equal opportunity to everybody coming in at any particular point of time. It's pretty neat. So the T-share rate increased by 11, just under 12 Hex per T-share. Now you can get that for a third of the price if you stake out for 10 years, because when you stake your Hex gets burnt. And of course, you get shares in return. And of course, you get 20% more shares every year that you stake up to 10 years. So that's pretty cool. Longer pays better, bigger pays better too. So that's pretty nice. The average period of time, 6.66 years. I know it's not the best with the 666, but that's a pretty long commitment from the community, and the community is big and very committed and very engaged. So very, very cool project to get in. The APY there is at 37.5% today. The amount of Hex in the liquidity pool is 285 million, 10.5 million USDC, and 1,359 Ethereum. Now let's jump over to the T-shares. As I said, Hex is easier to understand. It pays out inflation and, of course, penalties as well. Penalties are from people that don't keep their staking responsibilities. And, of course, that's the reward. So every day that's got the reward pool. And the people that own that reward are T-shares holders. T-shares stands for trillions of shares. They are the owners. And, of course, if you change the reward pool or the ownership, then the Hex payout per T-share or ownership pool changes every day. So pretty cool. We can see that yesterday we had a big decrease in T-shares. Today, a big increase of 6,549. And, of course, we're up to 10,473,552 T-shares. Now, we're expecting to keep growing in the future, of course, dramatically. We're growing all the time, just basically every day. But, of course, we're expecting the T-shares to go down regardless of that at some stage because the T-share rate is going up. So it's a very profound impact there. So the Hex payout is expected to go up over time per T-share. So getting in earlier is a very, very cool thing. All right, so let's jump over to the amount of Hex stake. 9.73% is staked at the moment. That's a very good number. And, of course, a big amount of the Hex is owned what we call the origin accounts, sacrifice accounts. And I kind of see them like an operation manager. All their actions so far have showed that they help protect the staker class and give the best value to the staker class. Also, the fact that the lower the amount staked, the higher the APY goes to stakers. So it's a very clever mechanism. And of course, we're now heading up towards 3 years of this mechanism operating flawlessly. So it's very exciting for that. Penalties at the moment, 455,942 is the Hex penalties. And so far, we've seen that the current holders up to date, really nice, 81 holders up today. The stakers are up to 75 today. So 75 more people are investing, staking their Hex and getting that sweet, sweet return. The current stakers are 110,276. But of course, we hit 500,000 holders in the last couple of days, and of course up to 501,580, up 182. And that was only 9 days ago. We hit the 500,000 mark, so on the oldest. So very, very nice. We're currently on day 1046, heading towards our 3-year birthday on 2nd December, day 1095. So exciting for that. Hey, who knows? Maybe we'll have Pulsechain then. Could be pretty exciting on that one. Maybe Pulsechain will launch. Maybe it'll be a Christmas gift, or maybe it's going to be early in the new year, maybe January. We will see something like that. But that does look lot closer now, particularly after Richard had dropped us some really cool stuff. Monica in the house there. Woo! Hi, everybody. Good to see you, Monica. And what up, Brendan says, do you believe that at the end of the bear market could be over in 6 weeks, like Richard says? We'll talk about that now, actually. Blovish King, you minted. Next, what? Fudding it, says Pixel. What else there? Let's jump over to, let's go to, that's where we're going to. Let's jump into here. We've got Richard Hart here actually talking about the bear market, I think. So we're talking, let's look at the Pulsechain first. This is Richard Hart's latest update around Pulsechain. And of course, you want to find out more information, get into our Discord, links in the video description. Let's check it out.
I feel that the security considerations for Pulsechain's consensus strength are very, 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 very similar to Ethereum 2.0's. If that makes sense to you.
Makes sense.
We're forking Ethereum 2.0, not Ethereum 1.0. So you beat it out of me, you fucks. You wore me down, okay? So the logic was, do we have more faith in the BSC consensus, which we found flaws in, or rotating to several other options of not very well audited consensus, or the extremely well audited Ethereum 2.0 consensus? And my logic is that if you're going to make things right, doing them during a bear is a beautiful time to do it. And I think it will be quicker to use Ethereum 2.0's consensus than to properly audit and secure Corellia, which is a version of Click, which is what has a lot of problems. And so it was maximum secure and minimum time to market, because we didn't know, like, you didn't know whether the merge was going to work right. Could have not worked right. And you didn't know if they'd ever get to doing it because the delays were nearly endless. Yep. But after they did it, and after it worked right, it was the obvious choice. And so Pulsechain will have upgrades, but be primarily the same consensus mechanism that Ethereum 2.0 uses, but is now called Ethereum 1, right? Like, no one called it's not right. Ethereum 2 is now Ethereum 1 since the merge worked. So it's strong, it's safer, it's faster, and any upgrades that come in the future for Ethereum, such as sharding, we will get on our chain. And we wouldn't have got had we stayed with Ethereum 1, because the forks would have diverged. And so it's just better. So we're doing what's better, and it didn't take us any extra time to do it. So it's actually good news. But I got savaged so hard for giving you guys an update last time that, like, I'm super not into it. Like, I feel like someone's gonna make me eat shit for giving the good news basically now. I bet someone will. Someone will bother me and make me feel bad. Someone will make me feel bad about.
Bro, you got so many followers though, and I'm starting to feel.
We will
attack. You got so many followers.
So that was Richard Hart talking about forking, not the BSC chain with some issues there, but actually just much simpler, just doing the ETH proof of stake now that it's proven itself. Obviously, a lot of uncertainty before it launched, and of course, that's going to be awesome. So super fast, super quick is going to be the base chain, but of course, on top of that is going to be the Pulsechain ecosystem. Going to be mind-blowing, as I said. I've got tons of videos on this channel on that, so check that out on Pulsechain Pump Mentors. But also get into the Discord if you have any questions around it. We've got awesome moderators, so you can definitely get into doing that. So cool. There's the Discord there. The link's in the video description. So let's jump over to the update for the XEN. We've currently got this going on at the moment. So it's a quick update on Polygon. Just launched, an hour and 40 minutes ago. 106,400 is the current global rank. And we've moved down to EAA. It's gone down to 9.9%, that early bonus. Let's check out the bottom here. I think we had a question about that. That's what I was trying to answer, which is Brennan there. Do you believe the end of the bear market could be over in 6 weeks? It's possible, definitely possible. We're probably going to get the bigger interest rate rise out of the way from the Fed in November. Then I'm expecting maybe 50 basis points in December and maybe a low one in February, maybe 25, depending on the inflation numbers that keep coming out. But of course, we've got inflation coming out on Thursday, US time, so we'll see. But here's Richard Hart's call about the bear market ending.
Okay. Let's measure the next bear. Let's do that. Let's see how smart Richard be. Next bear market, 364 days. That's about a year. Okay. Now let's measure this bear market from my 65K top, 427 days. But let's measure this bear market from the Judas candle, which where I think you have to deleverage from, because people got long there. You need to get the shit liquidated out of them and undone. All them people need wrecked. NFT guys wrecked. Leverage traders wrecked. Assholes that sold you to top wrecked. Michael Saylor, I'm talking to you, you bitch. So like, let me measure it for you. We had like 300 and I'm gonna get on the daily for this. I'm gonna get on the daily so I can give you more specific measurements. One day we'll have advanced screen sharing technology, but we haven't come that far yet. So if I have measured this correct, and I'm going to verify that I did, right now we're 332 days in from the top. And that top, the 69K top, was November 21. So a year out from that is November 21 again.
Right.
That's a month and a week, bro. Or a month and 2 weeks. Month and 2 weeks. So in a month and 2 weeks, bro, maybe Fed, finds a way to pivot. Can't raise rates anymore because it's blowing out jobs too much. Like we get our 85% dip doodle, whatever. Like, bro, next month and a half, you better have your plan ready, because it could be the end of the bear, bro. It could. Next month could be the end of the bear. And that's good ass news, man.
Yeah.
So people don't realize it. People don't think bear ever ends. They think it just goes on forever.
Yeah.
Nope, it doesn't. Unless you buy the wrong fucking coin, it just goes to zero and stays there forever. But in shit we're looking at has product market fit, doesn't tend to go to zero and stay.
Yeah.
There's normal kind of oscillate stuff. So I think the best news I have to leave with you guys is Pulsechain is going to be stronger and better with a more well audited consensus method that will benefit from the upgrades that Ethereum will make in the future. And it didn't cost us any time. It was quicker. And then, so that's great news. And then this bear market could be over in a month is great news.
Yeah, so cool. This might be a scenario that plays out late November after the interest rate rises. Maybe we have the bear market end a bit earlier. The accumulation phase for Hex is on at the moment, so maybe that wounds up as well. And of course, the price starts moving higher. Obviously, that's going to benefit the second layer stuff as well, Maximus and Acosa X and all that sort of stuff. We also have the Acosa auctions in mid-November onwards for 2 weeks, so it's going to be pretty cool for the exercise stakes. So there's lots of particularly cool things happening towards the end of the year, in my view. Obviously, the tone of the market's going to be important at the time. That's pretty awesome. We may see Pulsechain earlier than later. Now, the other thing about Pulsechain, of course, is that we're going to probably have a short test net there, V3, a tight, small one, as my expectation, as Richard indicated in this particular source video earlier in the live stream. And of course, that's going to be pretty important too. So I think we're winding up for a pretty good year in the ecosystem. We've had a lot of frontier development in our space. We're getting some of the best gamification, best tokenomics, best projects launching in the Pulsechain ecosystem, more broadly speaking, and it's really winding up to looking really good. So that's probably a pretty good place to almost wrap up. We're going to quickly check. We're up to 2 hours on the live stream. Do we see a wick down to 11K or consolidate for a while down there? Hey, may very well do there, Brendan. And of course, we may get that wick still, but let's see what happens. All right, let's do a refresh here on the Zen. This is on the Polygon network. And yeah, let's see how we go here. 110,000 wallets. So cool, up to 351 days on the max term. 9.9% on the EAA. Let's look at the BSC chain and see how that's going. Yeah, so what the fascinating thing about this is the network effect that we've seen in the wallet creation or account creation. 2,013,000 on the global rank. This seems to have slowed down a little bit there since the end of the day. The first day, 2 million though, amazing, right? That's nothing to sneeze at there. 42 billion, in circulating supply. Crazy, only 36 million staked so far. I expect to see the stake numbers go up later on in the life cycle, and of course maybe around that 100 days or something like that onwards. And of course max term there 414 days. AMP at 2,999 goes down 1 a day, and of course the EA there at 8%, which is the most dramatic so far. Let's jump over to the ETH chain, have a quick look at that, and see where that's at the moment as a wrap up. We've got here we go, folks. Time went up there. 789,895 on the global rank on the ETH chain. This is the valuable chain, of course. We'll see how the others go. We see ETH chain has got high gas fees, more players, all that sort of stuff. 4 days in the time since Genesis, though, so really leading the way in the time zone. Just over 12 billion liquid and just under 470 million there staked so far, which is doing better, right? That's looking pretty good in my view. And of course, the max term there, 393 days, and of course 2,996 on the AMP, obviously less than 4 days for the Genesis. EAA is at 9.3%. Once we reach 10 million wallets, of course, that will go down to 0. So some fascinating stuff there. Now that's pretty much it on there. The gas fee on Polygon's come right down. We're still high though at 175, but you want to put higher gas fee if you want to get your transactions fee for your minting. That looks like it's going to keep coming down though. But of course the Zen is at the top of the wallets there. Let's have a quick look on the chain. 128 Maddox and really coming down. That was what, up at $5,000 for some stage or something. That's down at $100. So cooling off there, which means that's only going to cost you 13 cents. Might cost you 1 cent or 2 cents or 3 cents or something like that at this stage. So cool. The other thing, of course, is that the Zen price on the ETH chain is had a little bit of bounce back there on the daily candle, down at 000134. But of course, I'm maybe not expecting something. Maybe we'll get a few little window periods where it does okay in the a few days ahead in the first month. So it's going to be interesting. And once I do get a BSC price, I will post that in the Discord under the new token links. And of course, you can find the Zen section here with all the official sites there. Hopefully that helps you a lot in terms of navigating the space, particularly if you're new to crypto. Hope you guys have enjoyed that. Don't forget, subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, and of course, join our Discord. Links in the video description. If you want to join this channel, hit the join button. We've got Pulsechain, Hexkins, Richard Art Club. Pulsechain is coming, folks. Again, into Discord, find out more. We've got awesome moderators and community leaders that are going to help you. And all the best from me, Superman. I will catch you guys tomorrow. I'll be doing a short video or two coming up. So look forward to that and some decent interviews coming up there. So stay tuned. Woohoo! Rock on. All right. Take care, everybody. I'm going to play out some cool music. That's the way we rock on this channel. Let's play out the Power City video, Power City Core. I think that's a cool, funky way to go. Take care, everybody. Catch you guys later. Bye for now.